welcome to the Doorbell channel. If you haven't heard my full backstory, which you probably haven't yet, it all started with me winding up totally unintentionally in a sales job where I was selling shirts, koozies, hats, etc. on my entire college campus with basically no management or direction except to meet my quotas. I kind of realized that sales was something that I could handle, that I kind of enjoyed working towards a quota. I loved that the harder I worked, the more money I made. So that was something that really spoke to me. So after college, I went into a managerial corporate sales training program for a Fortune Top 10 company and continued with them for 5 years until leaving for Design by Lainey. So it's still hard for me to say this, but I kind of have some chops in the sales world and want to share that knowledge with you. I even dressed a little bit more of that part today, although back when I was there, I used to get made fun of all the time for wearing yellow or bright colors instead of just dressing in the traditional black or gray suits. So sales is a dirty word that's avoided pretty much at all costs in favor of words like marketing or email distribution because, you know, sales has a terrible connotation. You think of these sleazy car salesmen, and we're all artists. We're not sleazy car salesmen, right? Totally wrong, actually. Let's destigmatize the word sales because it's basically all we do all the time, whether you're on a first date or a client consultation. We're trying to close by moving to the next step of the sales process, whether that's date number 2 or a signed contract. They're both pretty much the same idea. In business, hopefully not in dating, the best measurement you've got for this is your close rate. So today we're going to show you how to find your close rate and, more importantly, how to improve it. Your close rate is the percentage of leads that you book. There will be different rates for different steps within your sales process, but we're going to keep it basic today. To find your close rate, just go through your last 20 to 50 leads. This will vary a bit by your business, and figure out how many you booked. Then divide. So if you booked 34 out of the last 50 leads, then you have a close rate of 68%. That's pretty high. Go you. Mine is about half that. Different types of businesses have different factors that go into their closing rates. So someone who sells a $15 mug will likely have a lot more leads and a lot more sales than someone who sells luxury custom cars for $80,000 plus a piece. They may have the same close rate. One might be higher. It just depends on what steps they prioritize. So some businesses prioritize bringing new leads in, and some businesses prioritize pre-qualifying or closing leads once they've gotten into the funnel. So what you want to find is a good balance between the two that works for you. If you have a low close rate, there's a few potential reasons. First of all, you might be marketing to the wrong people. So if people are coming to you, but then ultimately not booking, that's because you're marketing to the wrong group. You should check out our video on ideal clients, which is linked below, to help determine more of who you should be marketing to and start thinking about where those people are. This can be a figurative where, such as on Snapchat or reading a wedding magazine. Or it can be a literal where, such as in a trendy coffee shop or hanging out with their wedding planner. But figure out how you can get into those spaces, figurative or literal, to reach the right people and get more of the right people into your funnel in the first place. The number 2 reason is that you might not be qualifying enough up front. You can weed out a lot of bad leads by qualifying a little bit more on the front end. This could be putting starting prices on your website, talking about your processes and preferred services, let people know when you're already booked, etc. It may seem counterintuitive to purposely cut people off from reaching out to you, but if you don't want to or can't work with those people in the first place, then you're actually saving all the time you would spend explaining that to them and having that back and forth conversation. So if a lead is never going to book, you don't want them reaching out to you at all because you don't want to spend time answering their questions, chatting with them, getting all their information just for them not to book. And you don't want to waste your time or theirs. So the more that you can pre-qualify up front, the type of people you want to be working with, the higher close rate is going to be. And the number 3 reason you might have a low close rate is that your process flows aren't what they should be. If you're getting the right clients reaching out but still have a low close rate, then probably your processes are clogged somewhere in the booking flow. Is there a certain point in the conversation that people tend to drop off or that you tend to lose your leads? That's probably where your clog is happening. I recommend drawing out your process flow for booking. Yes, we do have a video on this, linked below, of course. And noting any areas where you often lose people. Which spots on that process flow diagram did you lose the last 10, 15 leads that you lost. See what you can do to fix those. It may be as simple as creating a cohesive pricing guide or getting a CRM system for your proposals so they look a little bit nicer and are more streamlined. It's often a lot simpler and less expensive to keep a client that's already in your funnel than to go out and bring more into your funnel. So if you tighten up that process flow, then more clients are going to book after they've already reached out to you. I've closed plenty of jobs. It's actually crazy how many jobs I've closed just by following up. So these are jobs that I basically already had in the funnel. I would have lost if I hadn't followed up. And I can't tell you how many times I've reached out to a vendor and never heard back from them, or heard back from them once and then kind of forgotten about it and just let it drop to the wayside. And those are not the vendors I'm gonna choose to work with, so you're gonna be surprised at how much you can get just by following up and tightening up your current process flow. So anyone who's already in the funnel is free, easy, low-hanging fruit. You just gotta figure out what you gotta do to make that close. We'll definitely talk more about sales in the next few months because, like I said, it's an often avoided topic and I don't wanna avoid it anymore. It's so important. Try not to confuse it with marketing or any of these other friendlier terms. Sales will integrate with marketing, advertising, and that whole game, sure. But at its core, sales is about numbers, data, and cold, often hard truths about your business. Have fun calculating your close rate. Let us know what your questions are below about this, about sales as a general topic. And as always, subscribe to the Doorbell channel for more conversations and tips for creative business owners. Thank you.